And so off the tip, it's Oklahoma City. Now the opening lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. We've got DeRozan, Harden out there with Michael Jordan. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Thompson in at the small forward. Now here's DeRozan. Harden. Rebounded by Anthony. Last season for James Harden was easily his best yet. Finished second in the MVP race. Put up huge numbers with career highs in points per game, scoring. Greg at more than 27 a game.
And also carried that Rockets team that dealt with a plethora of injuries, mainly to Dwight Howard. And second in the league in scoring, I mean, narrowly losing out to Russell Westbrook, who just went on a tremendous tear the second half of the season. And then also finished runner-up in the MVP race.
And so it's the Wizards getting on the board first. Shot clock at 5. Harden missing again. Washington with the ball. It's a three-point game. Bird kicks to Anthony. Now the dish to Leonard. And off the front iron, and in it goes.
And for Harden coming in second in the MVP race, he had a lot of first-place votes, and nobody knew if he or Curry would win the award. In most other seasons, he would have won the MVP.
Now here's Jordan. There's a screen. Back to Harden. No good. Nice D from Durant.
And for Harden last year, he could have easily have won the MVP, probably would have in other seasons. His big talking point for the award was how he carried the Rockets on his back. And he might have been the most valuable player to his team with the performances he had last year.
Now here's Harden, following the miss by Carmelo Anthony. Here's DeRozan. That's blocked by Bird. Leonard on the wing, guarded by Jordan. And Anthony with the basket on the assist by Leonard. Anthony's got 5 points so far.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
There's the pick. Jordan kicks to Thompson. Can they get it? Will not go. This is off the front iron.
Still looking for their first basket. 5 misses to start the game.
On the wing, George. And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
Anthony, the pass to Durant. Some solid defense from Butler.
Boy, they were ready for him right there. I mean, totally collapsed the defense on him.
Well, you look back on the Thunder last season, and the theme was injuries. Too many injuries to the bulk of their core.
And, you know, the big three, Durant, Westbrook, and Ibaka, all missed significant time. Only Westbrook of those three was able to finish the season.
Anthony's shot is off. Thunder trailing by 5. Harden with it. Guarded now by Larry Bird. Here's Jordan. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Jordan's got his first points in this one.
Could be the first of a lot of mid-range jumpers that we see from him.
George dishes to Durant. It's good from about 19 feet.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Thunder have gone just 2 of 7 so far. A little bit of a slow start for them. Harden kicks to Thompson. The kick outside to Butler. Harden against Anthony. It's Harden with the drive. Shot clock at 6. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
When you can make adjustments to the shot in midair and midstream and still knock it down, you know you're flowing.
And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. LeBron, he's checked in for Durant. Crowder comes in for Bird. Wiggins is checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And Tyreek Evans is subbed in for George. Then for the Thunder, Chris Middleton's checked in for Thompson. And Dwayne Wade subbed in for Michael Jordan. Last season at both sides of the coin for the Wizards started out very hot, but then just could not keep it going.
Well, you know, the start was extremely hot. 19-6, which tied a franchise best, that record. After that, though, they played close to 500 ball the rest of the time.
Middleton the pass to Wade. Here's Harden on the wing. Lets it go. And James pulls it down.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
He feeds it to Crowder. Bangs home the trifecta.
And the Wizards really struggled post All-Star break, playing under 500. Still, though, they seem to pull things together at the very end and on into the postseason.
Now here's DeRozan. Harden inside the three-point line. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
It always is, and it has been so far, and they've gotten a nice edge on the glass. Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
The Wizards shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
Not really where you'd like to be as a team in terms of free throw shooting, just about 73%.
And this year they haven't quite been able to maintain the free throw percentage they had last season.
Free throw good, Wiggins.
Well, there's no denying it. The Wizards had some bumps, and you mentioned that. Some weeks they look like a lottery team. Then the next, they look like a title contender. They knew how to make the most of their games when they did get hot, though.
The Wizards making a switch here. Diaw's checked in. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Bradley's checked in.
Well, it didn't take long for us to see just how explosive Andrew Wiggins can be in the air. I mean, had a handful of huge dunks throughout the course of the season. He's going to make a lot of posters during his NBA career.
Well, Greg, you're right. It's clear to see with Wiggins. He is already fearless with his dunks. Clark, he'll go right at any big man with impunity and finish over him.
Yeah, and I think people knew he was a special dunker, but they didn't know how aggressive he would be in attacking the basket. That's where he surprised folks.
Well, guys, in the NBA, you learn things by doing them in game-time action. And Andrew Wiggins had plenty of time to learn on the job. He was second in the league in minutes played last season, only behind James Harden.
And both free throws good for Wiggins. Looking over the numbers again, Greg. Wiggins logged a ton of minutes as a rookie. Over 36 minutes a game, Clark. That led all rookies in the NBA.
And how about leading everybody in the league in minutes played after the All-Star break, Kevin? Almost 40 minutes a game is what he averaged after the All-Star break. And already we've got a very lopsided edge on the board for them.
Yeah, +5, as you mentioned. That didn't take very long, did it?
Thunder trailing by 10. Now here's Bradley. Dishes it to Wade. To end the run. That's good.
2 points. Wade.
And we reached the end of the first quarter. Wizards lead by 8. We'll be back shortly live from the Verizon Center. And of course, as we've always seen with LeBron James, it's not just about the numbers, but his tremendous, tremendous leadership. Well, that there is straight talk from a man who does not pretend. LeBron James with a textbook example how to take responsibility and lead.
And Kevin, that's why he is the king. He doesn't say, hey, I'm just one of the 5 guys. No, he knows who he is and what he has to do. Bottom line, he's the man. Climb on my shoulders, and I'm going to take you to the promised land.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And what stands out to you from Washington in this one?
Right from the start, they have been able to really own that paint and just dominate the backboard.
Well, Greg, you can't dominate the boards unless all 5 guys are making the effort to box out and chase down the ball.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So on the floor for Washington, Paul George is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Bird. Then there's Boris Diaw, and it's Durant in at the 4 slot.
And the Thunder had plenty of reason to be down last year because of the injuries. A big place that it hit them was on offense. They just were not the same absent mainly Kevin Durant.
Here's Bradley. Paul George making his last shot. Thompson outside. A 3-ball. Now in the scoring column with that deuce. 1 for 2 this game.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Now here's Bird. Durant, no good.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it. And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
Well, last season, the Wizards fell off just a bit in the second half of the year. Still, Greg, very competitive at home.
Yeah, and their strong play at home helped them weather that storm, Kevin. I mean, they ended up going 29-12 here at the Verizon Center.
And the Wizards making a change here. Anthony's checked in. And a switch here also for Oklahoma City. James Harden, he's checked in for Avery Bradley. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now.
And, you know, that 29 wins mark at home for the Wizards, 3rd best in the East. That team really likes shooting the ball here, as they were a top 5 3-point percentage team in this building.
Here is Harden. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. It's Jordan on the wing. The feed to DeRozan. Rebounded by the Wizards. They've held a 12-point lead earlier.
And really the driving factor for why Washington was so good at home was their defense. I mean, they would finish with the best field goal percentage against in the entire league in their home building. You don't think of the Wizards as a lockdown team, but in the Verizon Center, that's exactly what they were.
Here's George. After the made shot from Klay Thompson, they set the screen. And George kicks to Durant. And it's off from 3-point range. Thunder trailing by 7. Outside DeRozan. Jordan with it. Leonard picks him up. Harden, that drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan. Harden's got his second basket.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
Anthony with a screen on Buck. Durant for 3. Count the bucket. And the Wizards lead by 8.
Right now, they've got that field goal percentage up in the low 50s.
Putting it together offensively, looking to build some more momentum.
Ladies and gentlemen from Verizon Center, give it up for your Wizard Girls.
catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Well, over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Billy Donovan said to the team. He said their plan was run their offense through Thompson. Coach would like to see him utilized in the offense as much as possible. We can expect to see them going to him constantly. Guys, they're clearly hoping those changes have an effect even before this game makes it to halftime. Kevin?
And as always, Doris, thank you. When you look at the roster of the Thunder from last year, Clark, they knew how to build from within.
Well, last season's roster, everybody but one player was either drafted or acquired via trade. That's a rare combo in the NBA.
And guys, for the Thunder, listen, they're not a big market team. They've had to make sacrifices with money to stay competitive. They do a terrific job with the limitations that small market presents.
And, you know, as we've seen, success in the NBA can come in a lot of different packages. I mean, it can't happen without the big free agent signing or spending. It helps to draft a guy like Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook, for that matter.
And so Jordan nails both of them. Washington leading now by 6. And George kicks to Leonard. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Molinari dishes to George. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. And here's the fast break. Jordan leading the way. A baseline J. That doesn't go, and he's 0 of 1 from the field. Washington's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Pass to George. Pass to Gallinari. The tray. No good. And the Thunder going the other way now. Harden outside. 13 feet away. Jump shot is good. Harden's got 4 this quarter.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Yeah, it looks like they've gained a little bit of confidence as the lid has come off the hoop.
And good on the basket. Book it. Thunder trailing by 6. They set the pick. Here's DeRozan. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got 3 assists in the game. And one thing about DeMar DeRozan, such sweet mid-range jump shooting accuracy. It was his bread and butter in college, and Greg, the same here in the pros.
And he gets tremendous lift going up, really squares himself to the rim and releases it quickly. Almost an impossible shot to defend.
Just 3 to shoot. George hacks a 2-pointer. The second chance effort. A shot by Anthony, no good. Oklahoma City's gotten both of their 3-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. Harden with it. Now Anthony defending. That one's good, and the Wizards' lead is cut to just 1 on the basket from Harden.
You know, you look at DeRozan. I mean, he wants to expand his game. He's been working on a 3-point shot, but hit only 28% from behind the arc last season. That's not going to help you win on the biggest stage.
And Leonard gets it to go.
Beautiful pick by Anthony.
Thunder trailing by 3. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. The screen from Thompson. Harden against George. And Butler gets it to go on the assist by Harden. Harden's got his 4th assist in this one.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Clearly, they've been the aggressors thus far when it comes to attacking the interior in this first half.
Here's George, and it's blocked by DeRozan. Harden. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Wizards out front, leading by a point. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, thank you. I'm with Klay Thompson. What's working and what's not working for you guys out here tonight?
You know, they clog the lane, and they play great help defense. We got to keep driving and kicking, doing a great job of sharing the ball, and we just play unselfish. We'll be great in the second half.
Thank you, Klay. We so appreciate it. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, Doris, much appreciated. And now for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We welcome you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. After the first 2 quarters of play, it's Washington in control. They lead by 1 point. Kenny, some perspective, please.
Defensively, they did a great job of contesting shots and making things difficult. They faced several attempted runs, and they came up with key stops. It was punch, counterpunch there for a while, and it's close, but the fight is going on.
And, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Thunder.
They were really efficient, great approach offensively. Their shot selection was first rate. They were always working hard to get good looks. That can't change in the second half. They need to be just as well organized as they have been so far.
And now, folks, it's just about time for the third quarter to begin. We will see you after the final buzzer.
And we welcome you back to more NBA action. Players looking hydrated and plenty of Gatorade to help them get their job done tonight. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
You know, we talk so often about making your teammates better, and his ability to see the floor and then make those passes on time in that first half was the key.
Boy, I tell you what, they say he's not a playmaker, but he certainly has fooled me with the way he's performing right now.
And so it's Washington with it. They've held a 12-point lead early. And on the floor for Billy Donovan as we get into the second half. We've got Harden. DeRozan out there with Jimmy Butler. It's Michael Jordan. And it's Thompson in at the 3.
And guys, James Harden, much criticized for his defense a couple seasons ago. I really felt like he was dialed in at that end, and he has improved mightily over that season.
Now here's Butler. 6 to shoot. The drive by Thompson. Can't make good off the screen.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication.
And it's George missing. And speaking of Harden's defense, remember that internet video a couple years ago, Clark, that compiled a lot of his lapses at that end of the court? It was embarrassing.
Yeah, it was embarrassing, but sometimes you get caught on candid camera, and it's motivation for you to get better. And I think that's exactly what happened with James Harden.
Now here's Jordan. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. For the lead, Jordan can't get that one to fall.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
Took him no time at all on that one. Bird's got the first bucket of the third here for the Wizards. Washington's offense last year looked solid on paper, but in reality, it was much tougher to defend against. They could hurt you in a number of ways.
And the Wizards, Kevin, could get you in transition, but they could also, as you mentioned, they could get you with their half-court sets. Top 10 in field goal percentage as well as three-point percentage last season.
Wiggins is checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in.
And, you know, for the Wizards, it wasn't just how they scored, but who scored. I mean, they ended the season with all 5 starters averaging double-digit points, and that's a rarity.
Here's DeRozan. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. And it's 7 points for DeMar DeRozan.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
Bird is screen on Butler. In the corner, George with it. Drills it from outside. George has got 5 points so far.
And thinking back to the Wizards having all of their starting 5 scoring in double digits last year, those are the kinds of teams that coaches hate to plan against. Any given night, one of them can step up and hurt you, and you just couldn't plan for where their points were going to come from.
And here's Harden after Paul George getting his 3 to go. Thompson with the bucket.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint. And you can see the importance of that steal. I mean, really a 4-point turnaround with the conversion at the other end right there.
Yeah, the importance of the defense there. Instead of giving up the bucket and having that 5-point deficit, all of a sudden, we got a tie ball game.
Well, it was a season last year of heartbreak and change for the Thunder, narrowly missing the playoffs as the Pelicans beat them out for that 8th position.
Yeah, and they were teetering back and forth on that 8th spot for most of the year. Ultimately, they just couldn't hold on to that final playoff spot.
Washington making some changes. James comes in for Larry Bird. And Tyreek Evans subbed in for George. Bryant is checked in for the Thunder. And that'll be Oklahoma City's ball as it goes out of bounds.
Guys, for the Thunder, that playoff miss was the first time they didn't make the postseason since their first year in Oklahoma. Fans had really been spoiled with how successful the Thunder have been of late.
The Thunder have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. Harden against Evans for the lead. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
And the Western playoffs it seemed a bit amiss without having the Thunder involved. Westbrook, I tell you what, he did everything he could to try and carry that injured group into the postseason last year, but it just wasn't to be.
They set the pick. Jordan against Wiggins. But they'll get another chance. Here's DeRozan. And another shot. Shot's good from Butler. Butler's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
And that one's good. Wiggins has got the game tied up here for Washington.
A nice move to create a gap there in the defense and get to the bucket.
Passes it to Jordan. DeRozan with a screen for Jordan. Off the pick. Can't hit. Anthony with the defensive effort.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
Thunder shooting pretty well at 46% from the floor. One of the most dominant players in 2014 was Kevin Durant, of course, winning the league MVP. Then last year, cut short. We know that he's now on a mission to get back to that level. And Greg, it's hard.
Yeah, you know, it all came down to health for Kevin Durant. And at this point in his career, I mean, he's got the maturity. He's developed the skill set. He's just got to stay on the court. And really, when you talk about the game of basketball, the rest will take care of itself.
First free throw is good.
You know, talking about Durant as he looks to recapture the league MVP, he can take a cue from last year's MVP, Stephen Curry. Curry battled through numerous ankle injuries over the years earlier on, only to come out on the other side with his best season ever in 2K15.
Crowder, he's checked in for Washington. Chris Middleton's checked in for the Thunder. Wade comes in for Michael Jordan. And both free throws good for James Harden.
And getting back to Durant, sometimes adversity brings out the best in you. Adversity challenges you to rise above. And Kevin was already at the highest rung on the ladder. I think his opponent should be very afraid of what they're about to witness this season.
Here's Butler following the basket by Andrew Wiggins. There's the pass to Harden. The three. That's in for his 5th field goal of the game. Makes him 5 for 12 so far.
A wide open three. They need much better communication defensively.
Harden against Evans. 58 seconds left in the third. 6 to shoot. Washington needs to get a shot off here. James. Wade with the defensive effort.
They really depend on him to convert those chances. A lot of times, even with solid D draped on him, they expect him to make it.
Middleton outside. He dishes it to Harden. Butler is screen on Evans. Harden the pass to Butler. A three-pointer off the mark. Wizards trail by 3. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Kicks it out to Evans. And there's the foul on Jay Crowder. That is his first foul of the game. "17 seconds left in the third. Wade up top. He's covered by Leonard. 17-foot shot on the way. Short. No luck. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Thunder lead by 3. We'll be back shortly live from the Verizon Center. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Paul George. Then it's Durant. Then there's Bird. And it's Anthony in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. Now here's Jordan. And the rejection by Leonard. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard. Jordan the screen. Shot clock at 5. Butler from outside. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard.
They got off to a nice start, a good start in the first half. But they've fallen off a bit here in the second half, and I'm not quite sure why. Maybe they just need to pick up the intensity a bit.
Now here's Leonard. Here's Durant. Soft touch off the glass. Durant's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Wizards. Thompson outside to the inside. Here's DeRozan. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. Well, nobody really knew, Greg, what to make of Washington going into last year's playoffs. They came out strong with a big sweep against a pretty good Raptors team.
Yeah, how about taking them down 4 straight? And it was the first time a team has swept an opponent without home court advantage since 2011. Also was the first sweep for the Wizards in franchise history.
The first free throw is good.
And in the second round, the Wizards continued to be a tough opponent. I mean, they went up 2-1 on the Hawks, but were unable to keep the series lead. A lot of close, heartbreaking losses for them in that series.
James Harden, he's checked in for Avery Bradley. Both free throws good from DeRozan.
And the Hawks would ultimately take down the Wizards last year in the postseason. John Wall and his injury were a big turning point in that matchup. And all those buzzer beaters for both teams made it one of the most interesting series of the postseason.
That's it, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Durant.
Key buckets, and we know he delivers down the stretch.
George against Harden. Outside DeRozan. He kicks it to Butler. And the shot is good. Butler's got the lead up to 3 now for the Thunder.
That's some grit and determination in the post. Essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Exactly. This is the time to attack on the interior and convert those easy opportunities.
Ladies and gentlemen, Verizon Center, give it up for your Wizard Girls.
Find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Thank you, guys. I got a chance to hear what Randy Whitman was saying to the team. It's been a hard-fought game, and he just wanted to give his guys a chance to catch their breath, saying, listen, we're right there. Let's make a push right here, put some pressure on them. Let's come out swinging. Kevin?
Always great to hear from you, Doris. Now, here's Burke. To the middle, and stolen by Butler. Jordan kicks to Thompson. And it's good off the back rim and in. And now a 5-point Thunder lead. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Thunder?
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. They've been in attack mode on the defensive end.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
Now here's Harden, following the miss by Carmelo Anthony. Harden kicks to Butler. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
At the line for the Wizards, Jimmy Butler. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Take a look at what Butler's done. He has 8 points and the 1 steal.
Outside, George kicks to Durant. Shoots off the screen. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. And that's now 11 points for Kevin Durant.
There's PG creating for a teammate. Terrific dime drop.
You know, no doubt last year a bit of a loss for Paul George. I mean, he had to sit out most of it after that gruesome leg injury in the Team USA scrimmage.
The Thunder leading by 5. And thinking back on George's injury, still a very graphic image in everyone's mind, but he was able to bounce back.
Yeah, it was great to see him get some game time before the end of the season after that horrific injury. A credit to him working as hard as he did, as well as to the training staff that got him back to be able to play before the end of the season.
Now George, after the missed 3 from Klay Thompson. At the top of the key, Durant. Durant with another miss. The Thunder have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. There's a good screen. Harden against Bird. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Harden with it. Leonard picks him up. Harden dishes to Jordan. Six on the shot clock. Back to Harden. Unloads. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. Harden's got the lead up to 7 now for Oklahoma City. The Wizards have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. George passes to Carmelo.
That's his first personal foul. At the line for your Wizards, Carmelo Anthony. Taking 2 shots.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
He drops the first one, and that turns the lead to 6. And both free throws good for Anthony.
And great work at the line there to chip away at the lead. A few more productive trips here, and things could really get interesting.
And DeRozan kicks to Jordan. It's hauled in by Bird.
Right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
On the wing, Bird. All alone. And yep, and it comes after rolling around the rim.
And you're starting to see some tired legs on those defenders as we come down the stretch here, Clark.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rising Center, give it up for your Wizard Girls.
Harden against George. Outside Jordan. Thompson in the corner. Pocket 6. Outside Butler. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
And George, here we go. That's jam! Just beautiful.
Tear that rim up, big fella.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. Now here's Jordan. There's a good screen. Harden outside. He kicks it to Thompson. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Third left side to take the lead. The Thunder pull it in. Guys are not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. I mean, now's the time to use the clock to your advantage. Take your time. Man, they're getting a fantastic effort from James Harden right now.
.27 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Leonard, it's good! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within one.
Boy, it's a scary sight when Kawhi Leonard starts lighting it up like this.
And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Yeah, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Sure, it's not over. The clock is as much a problem for them as the score is right now, so they've got to try to manage it.
Good on the first, and that will put them up by 2. So he gets them both, and it's a 3-point game.
Yeah, those free throws make things a little more simpler right now. They just have to guard against the three-pointer.
Get ready to go, Wizard Girls.
There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Durant kicks to Anthony. Baseline J on the way. Rebound by Butler. And now they foul and stop the clock.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
But there was no time really to be selective. Stopping the clock was the priority.
Gets the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
And that's exactly how you close a game out. Those free throws will bury them for sure.
Get ready to go, Wizard Girls.
Here's George. On the wing, Bird. Outside Durant. And here's George for three. Connects from downtown.
Get ready to go, Wizard Girls!
So a close game sees Oklahoma City taking this one. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire building.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Gentlemen, I'm here with James Harden. Congratulations on the win, James. And what did it take for the team to make the push necessary to put yourselves in position to win tonight?
Just being aggressive. I told my guys on the court that we had to make a run, and it had to be a good one. Defensively, we did a pretty good job down the stretch. We got some shots to fall and came with the victory.
It was a decisive run, James. Thanks for the time. Guys, back to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. We'll see you later.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game, James Harden. He put up a new season high tonight, and if he keeps shooting like he did tonight before the season's over, he might top it. A big key to his team's victory here. Let's get your opinion, Shaq.
There was nothing they could do to slow him down, Ernie. Man, you go into a building on the road and completely control the action like he did. Only a few players could do that, Ernie. I'm impressed.
That was the James Harden we've come to know and love. A player that brings nothing but fear to players that have to guard him. I've said this for a while now. He's the best one-on-one player in the NBA. And even if it's not a one-on-one situation, even if you throw the kitchen sink at him, he still gets the job done. It's the confidence, the drive, and the spirit that makes James Harden a superstar.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a great night.